June 18th, 2021, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. As you can see, just Brian with me today. Chris Ruffalo was supposed to be with us, but he can't figure out how to turn on his computer or something. So we're just going to roll without him. If he shows up, he shows up. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It's the way it works. Show must go on. Anyways, lousy day for me yesterday. I got to say, man, I would have made the same picks over again, which is really, just I just saw a lot of dog opportunities. The dogs just did not come through for me. Really what happened. And that's going to happen, especially when you swing for the fences the way that I do. So, the guys that you look at the all-time home run leaders, they're also the all-time strikeout leaders. So you're going to swing for the fences, you're going to strike out a lot too. Unfortunately, never feels good. Certainly not justifying it, that's for damn sure. Just going to come back harder and tougher today. Ruffalo says he's here, but I don't see him. Do you?
My problem I had yesterday was with my free picks. I believe I was just 2 and 4 on those, and those were a lot of the dogs. So there he is. Look at that haircut. Holy crap, he looks studly. I'll tell you.
All right, so Ruffalo is here. Bring him in. Where are we going to put him? Let's see. Ruffalo. Morning, Chris. Turn your mic on.
Morning.
Welcome back to the morning show. I haven't seen you here in a while. Of course, Chris hosting the drive-thru these days, co-hosting with Tony T, and this week he is the host. He is driving the cart. I saw a couple minutes there. Not as easy as it looks hosting the live show. Definitely a lot of moving parts, and definitely something that's an acquired skill. Certainly not something that just happens, that's for sure. I think a lot of people underestimate how difficult things are, I know when I'm spreading myself thin, and that's where I am right now. I know that, so it's like you just have to, you kind of fight through the things you can, and then you get help where you can. And that's kind of where it all works. Anyways, Rod says he should be back tomorrow. He sent me a message. I thought he was going to be back today, but could not get in touch with him. So I'm guessing he's sleeping, which is good if he's recovering. And whatever. He says he'll be back tomorrow. Let's see. Maybe he'll be back for the late show. I have no idea. Anyways, give everyone a chance to join us. Seems like a little slow start today, but that's okay. So, Chris, how are things going?
Well, yeah, I can't complain. I'm happy to be back, even if it's just for a day. It feels good to be reunited. It's definitely was a long way back, but I'm doing well, a lot better than I was before, that's for sure. But I appreciate you having me on.
Of course.
Well, you look healthy.
Look healthy.
A lot better than I was, that's for sure.
All right.
The only time I'll ever be able to use the word thin in the same sentence is when I was spreading myself too thin.
Anyways. Got NBA action tonight. We got a couple of games. Last night, Kevin Durant just couldn't hold up under the pressure, under the Bucks. Too much on the road. Happens.
It's nice seeing the Nets get slaughtered.
I don't know if they got slaughtered. It was super competitive most of the way. I'd say the Bucks pulled away at the end. It was a 4 to 6 point game most of the game. I wouldn't call it a slaughter.
I can't say I was ever worried about my cover, but things could change in Game 7. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect the Nets to dance on him in Game 7.
I don't know about that. We'll have to look to see what's going on there.
We'll see what's going on. The Nets are clearly
Bucks have played very good defense, though, in the last...
Much better team. I mean, they're the much better team.
Well, Bucks have played very strong defense probably the last 4 games or so.
Yeah, since Kyrie Irving has been out. I mean,
well, he's not their team. They still have Harden and
Kemba Walker traded
Durant
this morning. Pre-draft lottery, pre-draft everything to the Oklahoma City Thunder. They must have really done something wrong. They traded to the Thunder. Nothing fun about that. Thunder, of course, were brutal this season.
Yeah, they needed the help.
Maybe they're trying to get a different mix of chemistry there.
I don't know. They got Al Horford back in the deal. Celtics. Traded a bundle to get him. Kemba and a first rounder, which is the 16th overall pick. Horford, Moses Brown, and a 2023 second rounder.
So it's more like a salary dump because I guess Horford isn't a long-term contract, is he?
2 years more remaining. Yeah. $73 million on his contract. Oh, that's Kemba. That's Kemba. Kemba has $73 million left on its contract. Ouch. $73 million.
Yeah, Horford was making $27.5 million this past year.
I need to hold that on my next PickDawgz contract for $73 million. Guaranteed.
Rod's in the comments now.
Brian's getting incentives at his next deal.
Yep.
Anyways.
Free cookies in the green room.
We got 2 games tonight. We got the Hawks and the Sixers. The Hawks in a closeout game. Chance to close out the series against the Sixers. I think they do. And got the Clippers and the Jazz as well. And I got to say, even though the Clippers are the second team in L.A., they certainly are not the second team in the NBA. They are super popular. So, actually, never realized until this year's playoffs just how popular the Clippers are. Well, I guess I did. I guess I knew this. But, man, they are super popular. But, any thoughts on this, Brian?
Yeah, I don't want to be wishy-washy here, but I think I'm going to go with the Sixers on the money line. I know you're laying minus 150 here. I'm not comfortable with the Sixers covering this number, but I just don't see them losing this game. I was on the Hawks in the last game, but I think here the proper play is the Sixers to bounce back from that humiliating loss, blowing that huge lead at halftime. I think they come out hard and at least get the W here. I'm not comfortable with the cover, so I'm going to lean to the money line.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm leaning both money line dogs here. I like Atlanta on the money line. I just think the Sixers have the NBA's version of the yips here. I just think that they can't get over that hurdle. And take it from a Leafs fan who's watched this team get bounced in like the past 4 first rounds. There's just something about a team that can't get over the hurdle, and I'm seeing that with the Sixers. And I just don't think they have that killer instinct. And I'm taking the Clippers on the money line as well. They changed this whole series by going small, and I just think that yes, Kawhi Leonard's out, but this Clippers team showed that they can go on the road, beat the Jazz, and beat the Jazz handily. And I think they close out the series at home here.
The Clippers and Jazz. The Clippers lead the series 3-2, so they can't.
Yeah, I'm saying I think the Clippers close the series out. They've changed the series up by going small, and I think they went on the road and beat the Jazz handily. So I think they do the same and they finish it off at home here.
All right. I like the Jazz in this one, and I also like the Hawks. Just not super plays for me, not not certainly not my strongest plays on the board, but I don't know. I just think like the Sixers just lack the heart and guts to get it done. I think we've seen it, from this team last year in the bubble, and they've done nothing here to show us that they have anything better than this. Ben Simmons is not, this superstar player. He's not Magic Johnson. He's not an asset. He's a liability. And it's like until they start treating him as such, then they're only fooling themselves because they're not fooling anybody else. Everybody else is just sending him to the line, leaving him wide open to shoot. And basically, you got 5 guys covering 4. That's really what it has come down to. The Hawks figured this out. Everyone has figured this out.
If you talk about the Sixers' heart, you have to talk about the Jazz heart. How do you lose that game at home to a team that's playing without their main guy? I mean, there's a lack of heart on Utah also.
I don't see it because I think what we've seen from the Clippers all season long is Kawhi Leonard missed a lot of games this season.
He did.
And there was a lot of teams that they beat without Kawhi Leonard in there.
But
and believe me,
Paul
George has beaten a lot of teams carrying this team on his back. So it happens. I would say them losing that game, way more excusable to a way more talented team than losing to an upstart Hawks team. You're talking about a Clippers team that has been in the playoffs and last year really was expected to go. And if the Clippers went to the finals, no one is shocked. No one is shocked. But if the Hawks go to the finals, oh, man.
The Jazz have one of the biggest home court advantages in the NBA in the Utah. They're never easy to play even when they're not good. But anyway, I'm just saying that I think the Jazz didn't have much heart either.
Yeah, but the Sixers also blew a combined 44-point lead over the last 2 games.
Yep, true.
Yeah, I think it's a team sport, so why not point fingers and assign blame? It's Ben Simmons' fault. So
he's got to work on his free throws. If I was him,
it's not working. Some guys have it, and some guys don't. I think we're way beyond the work on free throws.
Well, there's a reason why the Sixers are the number 2 defense in the NBA.
It's time for him to work on his free throws when he was 6 years old, working on everything else.
Simmons plays very good defense.
I mean,
yeah, but it's a liability on offense. It's 5 guys covering 4, which works. Which offense, and all that other stuff, passing, all that stuff works in the regular season, but in the playoffs, you got to have 5 guys that can score. You can't have 5 guys playing defense against 4 guys. You can't win. Cannot win playing that way. Doesn't work.
I think he's single-handedly the reason why Atlanta's shooting 19% better from the free throw line. Philly's only shooting 65% from the line in this series.
I'll tell you, Trae Young, he's money from the line. You foul him.
Yeah.
He could hit.
He's money from everywhere.
20 in a row.
He's money from everywhere. He's 30 points a game plus.
He's a stud.
I think the Sixers would be best served to try and find a buyer on Ben Simmons, but I don't think they're going to. They're going to want to.
Yeah, maybe Lakers. I think he's an LA guy.
I don't see it. It's too much money for a guy that can't score. The guy that's a liability. You don't want to be that guy, right? It's kind of like...
Well, I don't know that he can't score. He averages 20 a game. Well, not 20. It's close to 20. It's probably 18 point something.
Rod says he'll be back for the VIP show.
Nice.
I'll see how that goes. Anyways, Chris, what are you selling today?
I got my free-for-all Friday 5-pack. 4 plays that I absolutely love in the MLB today. And then I got my favorite play from the NBA tonight. Got that over for $34.95 over at PickDawgz Premium.
Nice. We're just not hearing that enthusiastic filibuster. I'm waiting for Ruffalo to bust out on, But a nice 5-minute,
I have changed. Times have changed. I have changed.
I've done the drive-through. We've all done the drive-through. Ruffalo, your witness. He does the cross-examination. Well, I know Brian pointed out that that the White Sox have beaten a zillion lefties in a row, but I gotta say,
overruled. Let's just throw all these legal terms.
It's like he's on his 7th, and I digress.
I throw an objection to my own point. Overruled.
Brian,
for me, for Friday, I got my Friday Freak Out 5-pack. You get my 5 best plays: 2 MLB, 2 NBA, 1 NHL, $50. Looking for 4 sweeps this week. Check it out.
Got a MLB 3-pack. Try and bounce back. I guess they're terrible, man. It's just one of those days. It's like
I couldn't believe the Reds. That was
it wasn't even that one. It was just everything. It was just.
They used to have a closer that could come in and close the door, but
it was just every game. Some days it just rains, it pours. Other days it seems you catch every break in the world. Some days it's like you can't catch one, and it was like that was one of them. It just, I don't know. It's just hasn't been a good year for me as far as picks go. It's like everything else has gone really well, but my picks really not.
The Mariners were my lucky one yesterday. They came back late, got the W.
Anyways, we move on. I've had 3 picks out there. I might add more. I'm not sure. Anyways, we go to Major League Baseball. It is a full 15-game card for today.
Yep.
Yankees against the A's. Jameson Taillon on the mound. Orioles versus Blue Jays. Pirates, Indians. Nationals, Mets, and Braves, Cardinals. Ruffalo, what do you think?
Oh man, this was a tough, a bit of a tough board. But I'm looking at the Oakland A's and the money line. I want nothing to do with the Yankees, especially starting Jameson Taillon. And it does nothing for me. He's the weak link in that rotation, and James Caprillian's actually been pretty good. And while the Yankees are probably going to be the toughest test for the A's, they still won 12 of their last 14. I think all the values on the A's in this one.
Brian, anything for you here?
Yeah, I'm going to do Oakland and the Yankees on the drive-through tonight. Make sure you tune in and check it out with Ruffalo. But as far as this group of games go, I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line. They lost 10 straight games. Pirates were off yesterday. Indians bullpen game today. I think that if the Pirates are going to sneak a W, it'll be today. So I'm going to jump on them for $100 on the money line.
All right. I like the over in the Nationals-Mets game. Fede against Lucchesi. These are 2 guys that give it up in bunches. The Mets got shut out yesterday. Look for them to bounce back, come out swinging in this one. Going to take the over there.
Yeah, no run support for Stroman yesterday.
Yep. I also like the Cardinals against the Braves, man. I have zero faith in the Braves even after yesterday. Yesterday it was like, I don't know, man. It was just one of those generic games. It's like kind of eating the red Jell-O at the cafeteria game, you know? It's just there. Really. I thought not only did I lose, I lost boring in almost every game. Anyways, we got Brian's boy Mike Foltynewicz on the mound for the Rangers against the Twinkies. Got the Cubs against the Marlins. Pablo Lopez once again in and out of the lineup.
Is he in the lineup? I don't see it.
I don't see him anymore. He was, but now he's not. You know, it's like it's the amazing disappearing Pablo Lopez. You know, where the hell's 6 though when you need him. Anyways, Pivetta against the Royals. You got the White Sox and the Astros. I don't know what the White Sox were even trying to do yesterday. It was kind of They were at the snack bar when the game started. It was 3-0 before it even got off the.
Yeah, they got their ass kicked yesterday.
And the Brewers got absolutely slaughtered in Colorado. Woodruff got lit up. First time we've seen him actually lit up this season.
It's the field, Coors Field.
I think for me in these ones, I'm going to look at the Twins on the money line. I don't want anything to do with the Texas Rangers. And while the Twins have been underwhelming this season, disappointing, Berrios has still accounted for over a quarter of their wins. He's 7-2 on the year, and Fultonevich has given up 13 runs in 2 June starts, just over 6 innings of work. So take the Twins. You could probably even push the Twins to the run line. I'm going to take the Red Sox as well when the line gets out, because I'm seeing it's Jackson Cowher for the Royals, and he's been shelled all season.
But Pavetta's been bad recently, too. That's an over.
Yeah, I think he's pitched better on the road. He's got an ERA, ERA under 4, but the Red Sox, pretty good road team. So I'll have to see when the line comes out if there's any value there.
When's the last time Pavetta pitched on the road? So he hasn't pitched on the road June 2nd. And he pitched May 20th, but he gave up 5 runs.
Still give him a look there, though. And
he's been off and on.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Rockies on the money line. I know Corbin Burns has been a strikeout specialist and keeping a low ERA, but when you have a 2.27 ERA and a 3-4 record, it tells me you're not getting a lot of run support. And we saw with Brandon Woodruff yesterday, if you put yourself in a hole. The Rockies play their best at Coors Field by a mile, and I think the Rockies can keep that offense going, get a win here. Senzatella hasn't been great, but his ERA is a full 3 runs less at home. So
I think you're stealing my pick. I'm going to send you an email.
Strongly worded email. No, I like the Rockies here on the money line as well.
For me, I'm going to go with the Rockies on the money line, Antonio Senzatella. I think this game's going to play out a little bit like yesterday did. Rockies are just very good at home, 24-14 straight up, and the Brewers are not playing good baseball right now. So I'm going to take a chance with the Rockies at that plus money.
I like the over in that Red Sox-Royals game. I also like whoever's pitching against Zach Davies in Wrigley. I just think I see Marlins Cubs. I think Bartman game. I just can't help it. I know it's been forever ago. I don't care.
PTSD.
So I don't know. It's one of my favorite games of all time. My favorite is that the way Moises Alou blamed, the Bartman.
When he threw his hat down or he threw the tantrum as soon as the ball went into the stands.
Guy pees on his hands, Moises Alou. It's like, don't ever shake his hand. I'd like to urinate on my hands. It eliminates the blisters. It's like, what? It's like, maybe you do, but you don't talk about this. It's like, what the hell was that? That was one of the strangest things, right?
He's the guy that looks at. He's the guy that's next to you at the urinal when he looks over. So he starts peeing on his hands.
It's so weird. Yeah. Anyways, I like the White Sox also against the Astros. Look for them to bounce back. They got crushed right out of the gate in that one. It was over before it started. Meanwhile, Tigers against the Angels. Got the Dodgers against the Diamondbacks. Phillies, Giants, Rays, Mariners, and Reds, Padres. Does any of these gems stick out to you?
Quite a few, actually. I'm ready for the foolish lack of vision, but I'm going to take the Diamondbacks here. I know Trevor Bauer, he's been decent for the Dodgers this season, but he's still 2-4 on the road this season. And, the D-backs, they've lost 14 straight and 23 straight on the road, but you have to think they're happy to get back home. And Caleb Smith pitched well to get his way back into that rotation. So I see the line dropping already, so I'll take a shot with the Diamondbacks. I'm going to take the Tigers and the Angels over. See Jose Urania and Alex Cobb. Nothing I want to do with either of those pitchers. Plus, they're combined 16-4 to the over in their respective last 10 games each. So I like the over there. And I like the over in the Phillies and Giants game. Johnny Cueto's just not vintage Cueto, the Cueto we've made money on the last few years. And I've seen Vince Velasquez get lit up like a Christmas tree more often than not in his career. So I like the over in that one as well.
For me in this group of baseball games, I'm going to go with the D-bags. I mean D-backs here, plus 170. Good value here. Cable Smith has been competent for the Diamondbacks, and Trevor Bauer has been starting to get hit last two starts. And then the other game I like is the Detroit Tigers. I think that they lost yesterday, but I think they got a puncher's chance tonight. Urina's on the mound. He gave up 7 runs, I think, in a little over an inning last time out, but I think he'll come back with a quality start here, and I think the Tigers take it easily.
Yep, I actually agree with Brian on those. I like Tigers, Diamondbacks, all the ones they gave out in the videos. I like the Giants here against Phillies. Phillies just dumpster fire on the road. Stink. Giants 22-9 at home. I like Seattle again over the Rays. Michael Waka. I think the Reds bounce back here against the Padres. Ruffalo, what's up with this Euro 2020? Any money to be made there?
Yeah.
Normally I watch this stuff, but I haven't watched it this year.
Yeah, no, it's actually been a pretty good tournament. I mean, Gore and I, we've been doing the soccer videos, and Oz have been making a killing, especially for the free pick videos. And it's been a great tournament. Lots of money that's been made on some pretty nice underdogs. I know Mitchie Kicks came out and delivered Finland in the first round of games. But, yeah, no, we've gotten off to a good start today. Sweden beat Slovakia, and there's going to be a couple other games today, as well as Copa America tonight. A lot of soccer action with money to be made.
How about this? What do we got for hockey tonight?
The lone game, Vegas and Montreal. In Montreal, tied 1-1 in that series.
So, on this show, we've been on Montreal just about the whole way.
Yeah.
This playoffs. They're my pick to win the Stanley Cup. Still alive and kicking. I don't know. Seems to be a lot of money coming in on the Canadians here. Knocking the line down a little bit.
Yeah.
Any opinion on this one?
I mean, I like Vegas in regulation this one. Even losing that last game, you know, the Golden Knights rallied late to make it a tight game, and yet, you know, Carey Price can steal a series single-handedly for Montreal. We've seen him do it. We saw him do it, you know, against Toronto, and we saw him do it against Winnipeg, and he'll probably do it a couple more times here. But I just think Vegas, you know, going on the road, you know, it's nothing new for this team, and they actually played a lot better on the road compared to past years. So I'm taking Vegas in regulation, knock down the minus 161, probably get it closer to even money.
Brian, any opinion here on the hockey? I know you gave one out in the early premium show.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I like the under here. It's just the lean. I don't like all the money on the under here, but I just see this being a 5-goal contest between these two teams. And so I'm going to go with a small lean to the under. Try to get the 5 under 5 instead of the 5.5.
You know, I took Montreal at the beginning of this to win the cup, and I don't know, man. I hate when people start jumping on the bandwagon. It always scares the crap out of me, and I think that's what we're starting to see here. A lot of the value is gone from the Canadians. I mean, I remember when there was 8 teams left, and they only showed odds for 6 to win the Stanley Cup, and they weren't one of them, right? So, just makes it a little tough. I don't know. I think this is a good chance to sit back and take a look. I think either you go Vegas puck line here, or I think Vegas puck line is certainly in play here in Montreal. If not, you take Montreal to win, and then you try and middle it, try and make a little something. But I think either Vegas runs them out of the building or Montreal wins. So I think kind of a middle thing there. You could, of course, it's not a safe bet because you could lose both sides. You can't win both sides, but if you win one side, you'll cash pretty good here. So Vegas puck line and Montreal to win. But I do like the Vegas puck line a little bit better. A little bit of a lean there. I just think that, I don't know, man. It just seems that the NHL, they like Vegas a lot. They just do. They love having a team in Vegas, and it's like, I think with travel and things opening up, they love it like that, fans, it's a place where fans go to travel to see their team. It's just another reason.
Well, it's also good to have a Canadian team representing. But
not this year. Not this year.
This year they didn't have a choice.
Yeah, it's not this year. I think original 6 too, right, for Montreal. But the thing is that not this year. Canada's just so far removed from the world right now. Chris will tell you they won't let him out of his. They won't let him out of his house. His fiance won't let him out of his room.
He gets his candy.
I barely get water.
You'll have a bowl of steam.
Can't you see that's why I'm so svelte? I'm wasting away over here.
I don't know. It's just tough. So, anyways, heading into our slowest time of the year for sports, and kind of where we regroup things at the sites and and everything like that. And we have a ton going on behind the scenes. We have a ton going on here with our YouTube channel. I see, I notice, and I don't just sit here, I notice there's more and more copycats popping up, and then old guys that were here are copying, Mitch is doing it, so we're going to do it, right? It's like that's their creativity level. But, we're just going to continue mixing it up, changing it up, and we're going to let them continue to guess and chase. And that's all they do, right? So I'm enjoying it, enjoying watching them squirm. Everyone says, "Oh, you talk bad about your competitors." I said, "Well, you don't know them personally, so that's why, right? It's like if you did, believe me, you would be leading the way here." But anyways, that's another story for another time.
It's one of those things where you can't really understand it unless you're in that situation.
That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is, because you hear people say things about other people and other sites, like defending them, and it's just like, you clearly don't know these people. It's like, you see them smile in front of a camera for 10 minutes, and that's it. They don't sit here and open up like I do. So that's why I'm an easy target. I understand. Anyways, man. Anything else exciting, Chris Ruffalo, you want to tell our audience?
No, I'm just excited to be hosting the drive-thru tonight. Hopefully a few less speed bumps, a few more, single shots of Shane Mickle after we change camera shots. But definitely I can tell you it's not as easy as Mitch makes it look some days. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and I have a whole new appreciation for it now. But I'm just excited for everything to start getting back up again, ready to leave the country and ready for on the sports front, college basketball, college football, NFL. I'm ready for that all to start up again. So I'm excited. Got big things coming at PickDawgz.
So you've been doing also the NHL playoff videos. So Rod should be back shortly for those as well. You'll have Rod. Yeah. You'll have Tony Brown has been doing Romanelli. So for the Stanley Cup Finals, any other plans? I mean, now you have the capability. You know how to go live. You kind of can do that stuff. You go in between periods, whatever. Right?
Yeah, could do that. I'll see what the guys' availability like. We could even have Brian on if Brian wants to come on, and don't want to force his hand and make him do any extra work. But
or maybe do like a 10-minute show right before the game.
Yeah,
like
we
right
could do that too. Absolutely, we'll discuss it behind the scenes. We'll figure it out because there's lots of money to be made. You can tell that firsthand.
NHL playoffs have been good to me this year. 12-7 so far, which isn't a ton of games, but I'll take it.
It's not a ton of games.
Of course, all the 12 wins were at minus 270, but
no, I don't think so.
The only place in the world,
dogs.
Tampa Bay
the only
Lightning.
place in the world where there's ice in the room on June 18th.
Tampa Bay puck line.
Plus the 1.5.
Plus the 1.5. Too good. Too good. It's too good. Sorry, it's too good.
Fingers crossed for overtime. I can't lose.
Oh, we ripped through today's content, so really going to wrap it up. You got a parlay for these nice people, Chris?
That I do. We're going to take the Atlanta Hawks on the money line, the Minnesota Twins, and the Vegas Golden Knights in regulation.
I like it. Brian?
For me, on my parlay, I took the Sixers on the money line. I took the Detroit Tigers on the money line and the Arizona Diamondbacks on the money line. So you get two nice plus money dogs and a juicy money line.
Take the Atlanta Hawks on the money line with the Utah Jazz. Parlay it up with the Cincinnati Reds. Mitch, thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Have a winning day. Of course, I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow.